What's up? You're in the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. It's Friday, April 23rd. I want to start this week of album reviews off with a special shout out to my mother on her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. You got a brand new Dinosaur Jr. album to listen to today, and that is a pretty freaking awesome present. Honestly, I'm probably more excited about this record than my mom, but nonetheless, I think she's a fan. I know she's probably going to listen to it at some point. This album, super awesome. The trio of Jay Mascis, Lou Barlow, and Murph are back with their 12th studio album. I love this band. I love this story. They've been making music on and off for about 40 years together, most consistently in the last 16 years. The original lineup reunited in 2005. It was something that I know a lot of people anticipated, and I think definitely far surpassed expectations. It's tough to tell what's going to happen with a reunion like this, and I don't think people anticipated them being together for 16 years and making another 5 albums in the process. And in doing so, just becoming such better musicians and better songwriters collectively together too. Drummer Murph jokes about how Lou and Jay Mascis became better communicators when they became fathers. It's kind of a funny joke, but you can just tell that this band is cranking on all cylinders and that the chemistry and the creativity is really just flowing. This album's a lot of fun to listen to. A bit different than 2016. Give it a glimpse of what you're not. That album was pretty edgy, pretty rough, had a harder rock feel. Kurt Vile helped co-produce this record. If you're not familiar with him, he's the original guitarist for the band The War on Drugs. So there's definitely kind of a country rock element that you'll hear on a bit of this record. A little more of a pop influence that's certainly not negative anyway. I mean, Jay Mascis is doing what Jay Mascis does on this record. Lots of awesome guitar solos. I mean, straight from the get-go with the opening track, I Ain't. You know, he's balancing that with some solid riffs. I Met the Stones, the second song, and Hide Another Round are just classic buzzsaw style riffs that you can expect from this guy. And Hide Another Round probably has my favorite vocal hook on the record. It's competing for my favorite song at the moment, but really a big fan of that. The song End Me, 7th track on the record, is a really good example of some of that different stuff that Dinosaur Jr. likes to play around with. They have a very distinct sound, and then, you know, they work within that wheelhouse. So I love all their albums for that reason. And in this particular song, there's kind of this poppy, rapid acoustic riff that we're playing with. It reminds me of some 80s stuff like Echo and the Bunnymen, Psychedelic Furs. So it's cool to see them dabble in that territory a bit. The song Take It Back is the 9th track on the album. It's got this great, just like bouncy bass line that I'm loving. Lou Barlow working with on that. Speaking of Lou Barlow, there's a tradition that he writes a couple of songs on the album. So his 2 tracks are Garden, which is a phenomenal song, and You Wonder, which closes out the album. His tracks tend to be a little more laid back. He's kind of like Dinosaur Jr.'s version of Benjamin Orr, which, if you're not familiar with the Cars, Benjamin Orr did the vocals on songs like Drive, some of the slower stuff that, I think Rick Ocasek argued back in 2011 when they put out the brand new record, Is This It? There were some songs on that record that they missed Benjamin singing on. And so, again, it's just another one of those things that I love the dynamic between Jay Mascis and Lou Barlow. Great vibe that they're working with on this album. The song To Be Waiting, the 3rd track on the record, probably my favorite. You're just getting that brilliant combination of 70s hard rock with 90s grunge. And those are really the 2 big influences here. You know, I definitely hear like Alice Cooper, Deep Purple, Head East, bands of that nature balanced with, you know, your classic grunge bands, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, things of that nature. And honestly, Jay Mascis, his voice reminds me a little bit of kind of just like a slacker Eddie Vedder, if you will. But he's got this very distinct drawl. I've always loved his voice. Big fan of it. And it's on point on this record, along with just about everything. I'm giving this a big vinyl please. Excited to go to the record store to pick up this package and enjoy this album. And I hope you all do the same. I hope you find this review helpful. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. And if you were one of those negative Nancys ragging on me for my Greta Van Fleet review, well, maybe you need some real rock and roll, a little Dinosaur Jr. in your life. Pick it up. Try it out. This has been the Beat Sessions. I'll see you next time.